Hey everyone, it's Big H here. I'm going to start making some moto vlogs and I thought I'd chuck them up on YouTube. And to start this journey off, I thought I'd just make a video explaining who I am, what my experience is, and what I'm doing here on a sports bike. So follow along for the journey. We are here at a random basketball court because I just wanted to start this somewhere quiet, as in the YouTube thing. I'll actually hop off, give you guys a little start up of the bike. She does sound crispy. Yeah, sounds real good. So I feel like this is a good place to start for the channel. And yeah, let's take off. Let's go for a ride and see what we can find. There's no real plan for this ride. I just want to go through a few things and introduce myself really. Oh, someone's left the drink bottle behind. Okay, so where do I begin? So I started on bikes. Look, my first bike was when I was 7 years old, and that was just one of the little pit bikes, a little 110. Or it might have been less, it might have been a 90cc or something like that. The old Pit Pro, if anyone knows of Pit Pro. They were pretty big back in the day in Australia, you know, 20 odd years ago. And that was a good thing, but it was just sort of to ride around the property. It was nothing serious. So kept that for a few years and I just absolutely loved it. I just couldn't get enough of it. And then I think 12 years old rolled around and I was keen to do more, and my dad loves it as well. So he was keen to get me on the bike, you know, keep me out of trouble and get me on two wheels. So for my 12th birthday I ended up with a CRF 150 RB. I'll throw a picture up on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. And those things are absolute rockets. They are really, really good bikes. But it took about 3 months for me to outgrow that bike. So I had actually a stranger at the track, which is now a close family friend of ours, offer me a ride on his 125 SX. So a full-size bike, a lot more power, a lot more to control. I'll throw a photo of that up now. So I jumped on the 150 SX and fell in love, you know, and I was sort of too big for the 150 RB as well, just as that's kind of your 85 chassis size. And even at, what, 12 years old, I was a pretty big kid. Oh man, this thing sounds good. Yeah, I was a pretty big kid, so jumped on the 125, felt a lot more comfortable, and not long after that I had myself a 125 thanks to that. And look, it all just snowballed from there. I had started racing pretty quickly and went through probably, what would that have been, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 bikes over 8 or 9 years, racing motocross and enduro. And I don't know, I don't like to brag or anything like that, but I actually did quite well at it, and that's why we pursued it. We just kept going, doing more and more, and it was really good. It was, you know, a good discipline to learn. You learn a lot out of riding bikes, especially at a young age, and it keeps the fitness up, and like I said earlier, keeps you out of trouble. So after all of that racing, I had gone motocross, enduro, and now I'd moved into hard enduro. And anyone that knows hard enduro knows it's pretty brutal. It's the kind of grit your teeth kind of riding. And yeah, so I did a full season of hard enduro in the silver class, and I ended up actually winning the championship, the state championship, outright, which was really exciting. Did really well. And then it sort of got to a point where I was just training and riding every single weekend, and I was just getting a bit sick of it. So I decided to throw in the towel with racing, and it's obviously very costly to race as well, so you know, just a bit of a financial break there as well. I kept the hard enduro bike. I've still actually got it now. I've got a few bikes. Yeah, so kept the hard enduro bike, and I actually bought an adventure bike. I bought a CF Moto 450 MT. I'll throw a pic up there of that, but I'm sure a lot of you know it. I think it was one of the best-selling bikes, or the best-selling bike of the last year or 2 years, so they're very popular. But yeah, I had a great time on that, but was struggling to find people to ride with. So I ended up selling that, and I bought at the time actually I had a 300 SX as well, which is a 300 two-stroke motocross bike. So I sold the adventure bike, traded in the SX, and I actually bought a 450 SXF. And I got that with like 3 or 4 hours on it. It was basically brand new. And yeah, I just started riding that flat out, but just sort of mucking around motocross, you know. I wasn't actually racing or anything serious. So yeah, I've had that for probably the last year and had a lot of fun on that. Avoiding it a little bit now in winter. But yeah, they're heaps of fun. Just heaps of power, just wrap it on, seat bounce, whatever you want, rip the corners, all that stuff. So just had a lot of fun on that. And every now and then I get out on the 300 EXC, the old hard enduro bike, and go up the bush, do a few single trails, that sort of thing. So I've got a lot of history in dirt, and you can expect to see dirt on the channel here. The plan is to just do a bit of everything, really. You know, maybe day trips on this. My girlfriend also rides, so maybe some rides with her. And then you've got all the dirt bike stuff as well. So yeah, there'll be a bit there, and I'd love to get another adventure bike in the future, to be honest. That would be cool. Yeah, so that's sort of led me to this. I'd never had a road bike apart from the adventure bike, which, to be honest, it's not really a road bike. It's sort of, I'd say 60% off-road. 40% on-road is probably where I'd sit that bike. And yeah, that's as close as I'd had to a road bike, and I kind of found myself pushing that bike too hard on the road, getting myself into situations I probably shouldn't have been in. So yeah, that was another reason for selling it, you know, like, just felt a little bit unsafe. But I was having a lot of fun on it. I might throw a clip up just now of me ripping it around in the single tracks, doing some wheelies and stuff. I met my current partner, and she had a R3, and I thought, yeah, that's sick. And I was borrowing mates' road bikes here and there to go on a ride with her, and sort of, you know, thinking to myself, how long can I do this for? And I bit the bullet. I went and bought this, and having had CF Motos before, you know, looking at R7s, looking at this sort of, it just outweighed everything value for money. Like, it was just really, really good. So this is the bike I decided on. It just sort of had everything that I wanted for a great price. You know, it's got the 3 years warranty as well, a brand new bike, so it was kind of a no-brainer. Resale value might not so much be there, but I don't really see myself selling it. Even if I was to upgrade and get something like a leader bike in the future, I'd say I would still keep this as a like a winter bike. You know, it's just I don't know where we're going. We're just riding. One of my favourite things to do. Yeah, so if this was a bit of a winter bike, you know, if you've got a nice leader bike, you're not going to be out there riding it in crappy conditions, say like today, you know, getting it all covered in road grime and leaf litter and whatever else. So yeah, this is where we're at, and I'm sure I'll make a video on this bike. I've currently got 3,700 Ks on it, and yeah, I absolutely love it. There's a few things, you know, that are annoying that I don't so much like, but I think that goes with any bike, you know. And I can also throw up a few gear videos. Not that I'm super experienced on the sport bikes, but I definitely know how to ride a motorcycle, so maybe a few little how-to videos, how to do this, that and the other. Yeah, there's no real limits, no real rules. A little bit unruly, some might say. Yeah, so really just going to go with the flow here and make a few videos, have a bit of fun with it. I've always been interested in YouTube videos, and you know, I've always watched a lot of YouTube, so it's always been on my mind to do something with it. And then just recently I went and picked up the DJI camera. I've got a bit of a goofy clamp on chin mount for now while I'm waiting for the proper chin mount from the States. So that should come in and really tidy the setup up. And yeah, got the microphone in the helmet, all that stuff, and I've been doing a fair bit of testing. If you flick back to my last video on my channel, it's just a kind of audio test, video test kind of thing. You know, on this video I'm actually not using the auto steady or rock steady, basically the internal gimbal, because I've been watching a few videos and I actually don't mind the sort of shakiness mixed with like the blurred trees on the sides, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just really messing with settings, so forgive me if this looks like crap. And I also had my ND16 filter fall off the camera the other day, which is like the perfect filter for these conditions. So it fell off, I felt it fall off, pulled over, did a U-ey, came back, and I'm like looking at it on the road and it's just sitting there. All the cars are going around it, and then one car nails it, and then every car after that just absolutely nailed it, just obliterated it. So that was a bit of a shame. But you know, shit happens, so that's alright. I'll just have to order another pack of them. Just a bit frustrating because I don't need them all again, you know. This is generally not my style of riding. I'm just sort of riding aimlessly, just to have a chat to you guys and introduce myself. My general style of riding is all mountains. I just love the mountain stuff. I love the twisties, and you know, I love being out bush. As you know by now, I've done a lot of you know, dirt bike riding and that sort of stuff, so I'm definitely used to being out in the bush. I'm so glad we're allowed to lane filter in Victoria, but being the nanny state that it is, I'm sure they'll drop that pretty soon. So this is kind of my local area in Melbourne, Victoria. So I'd say that's where most of the content will be. Definitely not opposed to you know, trips in the future, interstate trips, that sort of stuff. I'd really enjoy that. tyres are still freezing. 26 degrees rear tyre. No good. No good for wheelies. But yeah, as you can see, we're just going into winter. All the trees have mostly lost their leaves. So yeah, I'd say the content may be... Oh, pink cowboy hat. The content may be few and far between a little bit, just with the patchy weather that we're going to be having. And but yeah, in summer it's going to be out riding most nights, I'd say. Just enjoying it. Oh, good little pull for you. This 675, you know, it is a 3-cylinder, but it bloody pulls. It pulls real good, especially now with the exhaust. I actually feel like that's giving it a fair bit of extra poke. But yeah, the exhaust, I'd love to do an air filter next. You know, that's just a pretty easy, cheap mod. High flow air filter, and then you know, just depending on how it feels, I might take it and get it tuned. I've got a local bike mechanic here that actually does proper dyno tunes on road bikes and all of that sort of stuff, and you know, I know a few people that work there and all of that, so I'd say that'll be the go. Has the little burbles, so nice, just like that, little burbles. And I was absolutely starving, so you know, we had to stop in for a burrito. We do like bikes and burritos. That was a good burrito at GYG. Good chips and everything as well. I mean, it always is. It's always pretty good food there. A few lookers at the bus stop there. Oh, I love it. This bike is a little bit of a head turner. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the setup. What do you think of everything going on here? Is there anything I can do to improve? Any camera settings and things you guys know of? Anything I should do differently, really? And feel free to drop some comments about any topics you might want me to cover. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. It's been good. That truck slowing down was freaking me out. I didn't know if someone was going to dart out in front of me. Yeah, you always got to be ready for this stuff. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Thanks for watching. Chuck a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.